Tequila Tuesday, and I am so glad that I'm back here to take a shot of tequila at 8:30 in the morning, the best way to start the day. You guys, I am Devin Howard, the vegan queen. If you're new here and you don't remember me, I worked with Hollyscoop in the past. Now I'm here covering for Alex just for a few days this week, and I am so glad to be here with my co-host.
Bam! Good morning. I am Courtney Revolution, and welcome to the morning tea with me and our vegan queen D, which stands for Devin Howard. Hey, Devin.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I am so thrilled to be reunited with the Tea Tribe. I have missed you guys. I haven't been on the show, I think, since September. I came in just for a little bit in September, but now I'm back for a few days. So happy, so excited. Let's see who we have in the chat here. I see Liz Flores, Michaela Flores. Oh, we've got two Flores. Are you guys sisters? Are they sisters? Do we know this or no? There's two Flores sisters here. Courtney, how are you doing today? How was your night last night? What's going on with you?
Devin, I am doing good and dandy. Last night I had a pretty relaxing night. I started watching a show, and Devin, I'm always usually late on the show, so T-Tribe and Devin, please forgive me. But I started watching a show called Unreal. Last night, a good friend of mine was like, you love reality TV and the mess, like you'll enjoy this. And it's like a drama that's like taking place behind the scenes of like a show, kind of like The Bachelor or whatever, and like all of the drama between the producers and stuff like that. Very interesting. Only 2 episodes in, Devin Howard, but I'm buckled on in, sis. I'm here for the ride.
Ooh,
What'd you do last night?
Well, at first I want to say I've heard of Unreal before, and I haven't watched it myself, so I'm also late to the game, but I heard it's really good, and I'm glad that you mentioned it because we are actually going to be talking about The Bachelor today, but I'll give you guys a little teaser for that in just a second. For me, last night, so the night before last, I only slept 3 hours. I could not sleep. I was up in the middle of the night. I was up at 2 a.m. and I decided I was just going to get a head start on work because I was so awake. So last night I was exhausted and I went to bed really early, got a good night's sleep, feeling good, feeling refreshed. I've got my coffee here, you guys. I've got my water. So, and then the tequila is, behind my computer. I'm trying to avoid looking at it, pretending like it's not there until I have to take it. But let me give you guys a quick rundown of what we're getting into today because we have a lot to talk about. Like I mentioned, we are getting into The Bachelor. Now, I love The Bachelor. It's my guilty pleasure. That show is such a hot mess, and I'm obsessed with it. And one of the biggest things that made this show so messy this season is Victoria Larson, and she officially said her goodbyes. Let me know in the chat if you guys watch The Bachelor, because I know, Courtney, you're not that into it. I know that usually on Hollyscoop, I'm the only one who enjoys it, but I think it's good.
Right now, Devin, I've only seen that first initial episode. I said I would give Matt, that's his name, y'all, Matt. I gave Matt my good 90 minutes or 2 hours. It was long, Devin. I gave him that. So I'm glad that even when we're doing the story, I'll know who Victoria is. Because if y'all remember, Victoria was the good sis that I zeroed in on when we came back from that first episode. Queen, right? Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria. Don't even get me started. We're actually going to get into it, so I will get started in a little bit. But we're also going to be talking about Jordan Woods and Carl Anthony Towns. They might be tying the knot at some point in the near future, which I think is kind of surprising. We're talking about Britney Spears and how she is clapping back at the haters. I'm glad that she's clapping back. The weekend is getting charitable leading into Super Bowl Sunday. We love a good charity moment, and the weekend is doing such an amazing thing. Selena Gomez is also doing her own part to help out others, but in the process, she practically burned down her kitchen. We're getting into that. We're also talking about new music from Cardi B and Ariana Grande. Megan Thee Stallion's contract renegotiations are almost finalized, so I can't wait to get Courtney's take on that one. And behind the car generates, we're talking about Rob's transformation and Kendall Jenner getting pranked by friends. And then finally, for our OMG story of the day, we're talking about Kim and Kanye possibly not getting a divorce after all. You guys have to stick to the end of the show to hear all about that one, but I don't know what is going on with them, but I still feel like a divorce is looming in the near future for them, regardless of anything that we're going to hear today. So we are going to discuss all of that. And before we dive in, is there anything that you want to add, Courtney? Anything that you want to talk to the Tea Tribe about?
Devin, I love this. You gave me the floor, sis. Get into it. I just want to say to the Tea Tribe, good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. We're glad to have Devin here, and I just to let you know that if you're facing any challenges this week, all you have to do is turn your face up to the sky, feel the rays from the sun, transform that into positivity, and manifest everything that you want. Y'all know what time it is. Now let me grab this hot water and get into pouring this hot water so we can get into the tea, sis.
Yes.
I'm a little tea bag.
Also, since you mentioned manifesting things and all of that, before we get into the news, I know we're pouring the tea already, but this is important. One thing that I've been doing in the mornings, which I think is a good way to kind of start your day on a really like in that positive mindset, that high vibe mindset, as people say. I watch videos about the law of attraction and manifesting different things you want, how to create your dream life. Like I'll just go on YouTube and look up something and it's like maybe a guided meditation that I listen to while I'm curling my hair or whatever. And I just think it's a good way to kind of get your mind right, of course things may go wrong throughout your day, but it's just a nice way to start your day on a positive note. So yeah, there's that.
Come on, Devin. Come on, positivity. Cheers. Man.
Cheers. Okay, so for those of you who've been watching for a while, I did take a sip. It was a real sip this time. I'm getting more with my sips of tea on here.
Come on, okay. Devin.
We have also $2.99 from Amanda. Thank you so much, Amanda. That was really nice of you. And then Nicole said, yes, with the manifesting. Amazing. Okay, so let's just jump into it, you guys. A lot goes down here in LA and in the world, and we're breaking down the latest Hollywood tea for you. So let's talk about Matt James and how he finally got rid of the one person that was, well, no, there were a couple people, but the main culprit for all of the toxicity on The Bachelor. So she was eliminated last night. Spoiler alert. Hopefully you've seen the episode already. And he finally confronted one of the long-standing issues this season, and that was that Victoria was bullying the other girls, and she was creating a toxic environment for all of the other contestants. If you watch that show, she was very confrontational and unwilling to listen to other people. She was really catty, like the type that would laugh at you if you were crying, and it was really difficult to watch because I know I have encountered women like that before, and it's just, it feels horrible to be around that kind of energy. So Matt James also eliminated Anna Redmond. She was spreading a rumor that a fellow contestant was an escort, which I want to talk about that for a second because sex work is not a bad thing. And this bothered me so much in that episode. Like, I was completely blown away that they were even bringing this up as if it was like, oh my God, like she's an escort. Yeah, like I'm sure there are 100 other girls on that show who have been escorts in the past. People have different paths, and it's nobody's responsibility to shame anybody for that. So I hated that. I just thought that was really, really awful. It was such a bad look on that Anna Redmond girl, and I'm glad that she is gone. Victoria Larson perpetuated that rumor throughout the show as well. So there was a lot of drama going on there. And then Matt James, The Bachelor, was approached by this other woman, Ryan Claytor, I'm not sure how to say her last name. So she was the one who kind of said, like, I know you got rid of Anna, but Victoria was also a problem on the show as well. She said, quote, the main thing that aggravated me is with Victoria. It's things left and right. It's in my face. On my very first group date, she made a cheers to the OGs. It's constant. She told me to my face that because I'm a dancer, she flat out stated that I was a hoe. She laughed about it after. It's just hard for somebody to say that about you when it's not true. So Matt confronted Victoria about her actions, and Victoria was very dismissive and not willing to listen to his side of things, which is exactly what you would expect from her. She claims that what was being said about her was taken out of context. And yes, I know that the producers of The Bachelor kind of like plant things and they do frankenbiting with the editing so that it sounds like a person is saying something that they didn't actually say. But you can see a lot of negative energy with that girl. So I don't buy that she was, I feel like I'm talking forever, but I feel very passionately about this one. I don't buy that she was taken out of context. She doesn't take this confrontation with Matt well. She storms off. She refused to even give Matt a hug goodbye. And in her final confessional video, she says, "You think I'm going to hug him goodbye? He just stared at me. How dare you? He is not my king, and I am still a queen. Matt is a jester. Matt, I feel sorry for you with your choices. Matt is not the guy for me." Okay. Woo. Lots to unpack here. Courtney, what is your take on all of this? Now that you've seen 2 episodes of Unreal, you know that producers definitely can create situations where drama is bound to happen. How much do you think of what Victoria Larson said and did was taken out of context? How much of it was manipulated by editing and producers? What are your thoughts in general?
I want to say good morning to Shabria, because I love me some Shabria. Shabria, Manny, Crystal, Macy, Michaela, Cheyenne. Cheyenne, remember them fake sips. So Cheyenne, you've been here for a minute. Shout out to you, Cheyenne. Devin, I'm thinking, Victoria is, in my opinion, from what I saw, Victoria was there with a plan. She was there to sort of stir up confusion and chaos. So there may be a chance where she got together with a producer and they said, "Girl, if you really want to set the season on fire, boom, I heard that this young lady was an escort. Maybe you might want to tell the other ladies." You never know. Victoria could have went in and just decided that you're going to be an escort, you're going to be an escort, you're going to be an escort. I really am curious to know, Devin and T-Tribe, even if you don't watch The Bachelor, even if you're not interested, when you watch TV, especially reality TV, if you do you enjoy a reality TV villain? And the reason why I ask is because we can all be glad Victoria's gone, right? But now I kind of wonder, if she was kind of like the focal villain, then what happens with the rest of the story then? Is it a bunch of girls just being like, fighting over Matt? And if you're not really that into Matt, then what's there left for the rest of us,
Yes, I totally agree with you that The Bachelor and other reality shows, they need a villain to kind of carry on the drama. It gets people watching, with all the memes that came out about Victoria, people were like, "Oh, what's going on? I kind of want to see." And I actually do think that it was an interesting move for Matt to get rid of her this early on in the season. Because, we're a few episodes in, but usually the villain lasts for a little bit longer. And I think that it was kind of a cool move that he did get rid of her. I think ultimately for people who've been watching the show for a long time, they actually do want to see a nice girl. They want to see a relationship that lasts, and all of the extra drama that happens on the side just adds entertainment value. But ultimately Victoria was she was like unwatchable. Like watching her for me was difficult because I just found her so off-putting in so many ways. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is for the rest of the season, but I'm sure another one of the girls is going to come up and be the villain, take that responsibility herself, Take
the crown off her head and put it on their own. Elliot saying, "I think that they're the best part." What else y'all saying? Hollyscoop is saying Victoria is definitely the Disney villain of the season. McCall is saying it's like the layout of every reality show. They give you someone that you'll love to hate. And to go back to your point, Devin, I feel like if you're going to be a reality TV villain, you're going into a situation and you're like, all right, I'm going to stir up chaos and confusion. You got to have something that's likable about you. Like if you're a villain, you got to have a fiance that cheated on you, girl. Maybe your cat got ran over, RIP pet havers. You know what I mean? You have to have something redeeming. You know what I mean? Where you can say to a friend, because I'm the person that roots for the villain. So I'll say to you, Devin, well, Victoria may have been mean and she may have been rude and she may have pointed the finger and called that girl an escort. But, girl, she didn't have a family and her house burnt down and her parents perished in a car accident and she has all these emotional issues. Like there has to be something underneath, and I'm not too sure that we got that from Victoria, but bye girl, she got the boot.
Yeah, we did not get that from Victoria at all. And also, Shabria says she likes a TV villain, like in Selling Sunset. Girl, I love it. And I think she's probably referring to Christine on Selling Sunset. And at least with Christine, you could appreciate that she was kind of this sharpshooter, no nonsense kind of girl. She was a good friend until she wasn't, of course. So I feel like you do have to have something redeeming about you. And unfortunately for Victoria, there was very little that was redeeming about her. Okay, so let's move on to another person who was a villain at one point, but now is kind of, I think, coming to her own path. We're talking about Jordyn Woods. People thought she was the villain for a long time after all of that Tristan Thompson drama, but the girl is now in a very happy relationship, and she might be tying the knot kind of soon. So as you guys know, she's dating Karl Anthony Towns. They were confirmed to be dating back in September of last year, and they actually might be ready to take the next step, which seems kind of interesting to me. A source close to Karl Anthony Towns spoke to Hollywood Life about the relationship, and they admitted that Jordyn and Karl Anthony are head over heels in love with one another. They said, quote, "This past year, Karl has been through hell and back dealing with family tragedy as well as his own COVID diagnosis and getting hit by a drunk driver. And through all of that and more, the main thing that has kept him afloat has been Jordyn. Once things get back to normal, he's going to get engaged to her and they are going to work towards marriage because she means so that much to him. She has been his rock the last few months, and that is something he will never forget and forever cherish." So, just I think last week he posted on his Instagram story the value of having a good woman in your life, somebody that you can rely on and who supports you. And Karl Anthony Towns has been through hell and back in the last year. He's lost 7 family members, and that COVID diagnosis himself was really scary, knowing how it affected his own family. And I'm really, really happy that he has Jordyn Woods there to support him. My feelings, are that if he does love her this much, if they're in this happy relationship, just let it be a happy relationship for the time being. Don't try and jump into an engagement or into marriage. He has already been through so much. I feel like having another big life change happen again within the next 6 months or a year, it's just going to be, it's like piling everything on top of one another. Yes, a marriage is a happy thing, but I just think he's gone through a lot. And my advice would be to ride out this relationship and wait a couple years and then get engaged. What do you think, Courtney?
Devin, I got a couple things I need to say right now. Firstly, I want to say good morning to Lisa because it's Lisa's first time making it to the live, and it's been like years. So I'm glad you made it, Lisa. Shout out to the UK. The next thing I want to ask to the T Tribe is for the sprinklings of y'all that still feel like Jordyn is a villain, and this is not a read or a drag or negativity. I'm curious to know if those people still feel, or I'm curious to know if those people feel like Tristan is a villain, because I personally feel like if you're going to say Jordyn is still the villain after everything we know about Tristan and the Kar Jenners, you would have to sort of paint him as a villain as well. Just wanted to know that answer. Now, back to the topic at hand, Devin Howard. I firstly did not know that Karl Anthony Towns is like hit by a drunk driver. He has been through the ringer. He has been squeezed and wrung out, girl. And so I could understand maybe potentially him feeling like life is too short, right? Life is too short. I love Jordyn Woods. She's the love of my life. We make great videos together. Like, why not? But it does seem soon. Is that judgmental, y'all? We be passing judgment on this show. It feels kind of soon. If they're really in love and it's a good relationship, they can wait, to me.
That's how I feel too. And I think it is way too soon. I feel like as much as it seems romantic to date somebody for 5 months and then get engaged and get married, I just feel like it's too much. It's too quick. You need to take more time to get to know a person, make sure you can live together. Once the, what's that phrase, like the bloom starts, whatever. There's a phrase, it's like when the bloom starts fading off the rose. I can't think of what it is right now.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's like once things stop seeming so like glittery and fantastic, you start to realize like, oh, actually I hate that they like, walk around the house with their shoes on, and maybe you realize that's something that you can't deal with. You know what I mean? You get to know each other and you learn what you can and can't.
The rose-colored glasses off. Right? Is that what you were trying to
Exactly.
say,
Yeah.
girl? Kind of like that? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. But let's see what you guys are saying in here. People are saying too many are getting engaged. It's too soon. Tomorrow is not promised. Why wait if you know really what do you have to lose? That was Keisha Smith. So
Shout
yeah,
out
I don't
Keisha
know.
on camera.
There's two ways to
Hmm.
look at it, I guess. Um,
Hmm.
let's jump into our next update, okay? Let's talk about Britney Spears. So Britney Spears clapped back at some haters, which I'm glad that she did. And she
Hmm.
defended her Instagram posts after people were dragging her for posting the same photo with different filters and not looking magazine ready at all times, which is dumb that people would even say that. She still has court drama that she's dealing with, but she certainly doesn't need to deal with all of these trolls attacking her online. So she reacted to hate that she received on her social media pages. She posted a clapback on her Instagram story to shut down some of the haters and the ridiculous expectations that they've set for her. She wrote, "I'm trying to learn how to use technology in this technology-driven generation, but to be totally honest with you, I can't stand it. So if my posts aren't perfect, I'm doing this for fun. If you think I should look like I'm on a magazine cover when I dance, sorry, ain't happening." So the pictures she posted with the message were repeats of photos that she had already posted over the summer, and that's something that fans criticized her for doing. I don't understand why. I have posted the same photo 2 times, 3 times. If it's a
Yeah.
good picture, put it up there. Who cares? And she's just super, super upset that people would want to criticize her for showing off a selfie that she likes of herself, and changing the filter and the lighting just to make it seem like it's a little bit different. A lot of fans jumped to her defense and said that people shouldn't care if she I mean, this is, to even saying this out loud, it's like, why are you getting mad at somebody for posting the same picture? If they like the picture, let them post it. So Courtney, what do you think made Britney post this? And do you think that she reposted those same photos just to kind of like troll back on the haters?
I'm thinking, Devin, that maybe Britney has had. Obviously, Britney is the legend, the icon, the moment, what have you. But I think that her socials have probably had an increase in traffic because there's like this documentary coming out that has like her friends in it, basically supporting the whole Free Britney thing. So I imagine a lot more people are commenting on her stuff. And if she's reading through it, then I mean, definitely celebrity, but still a human being at the end of the day, and words hurt. So maybe that's why she felt like she wanted to have a little fun in her own way and troll back. I support it. At this point, until we kind of know 100% what's going on, until we get like a Wendy Williams, like legit. I mean, Lifetime did Britney, but until we get like a Wendy Williams quality movie in terms of what is really happening with Britney, I'm gonna support her in this. Do what you want on social media, twirl around, have Sam pick you up, do everything. As long as we can see you, I'm okay as a fan.
Yeah. And also with this whole magazine ready thing, we've come to sort of accept Britney as the girl that, goes on, or the woman that goes on Instagram in the booty shorts with the messy hair that's all over the place, the thick eyeliner, and then she just does her thing. And yes, it
Mhm.
seems a little weird sometimes. Maybe sometimes it's like, what's going on here? But that's Brit for right now. And I actually want to get your take on this Free Britney stuff, Courtney, because I don't think I've heard it from you before. So really quickly, can you tell me what's your take on all of that?
Honestly, Devin, there's a lot of legalities at work in terms of her conservatorship, but at the bottom line, I feel like if Britney is taking even baby steps to sort of remove her father from controlling her financials and assets, then that to me, on a common sense level, says that something is not right. If you don't trust your family, who are you going to trust, right, Devin? So Britney's not trusting her own family. What I want is for her, if she can't take care of herself, to be in the care of someone that is more objective and just going to do the job with assistance from Sam. I want her to be free. If Britney never makes a hit again, I'm sure the thirsty gay in me is crying, but on a human level, I just want her to be okay. T Tribe, you want Britney to be okay or no? Because I just want Britney to be good. You know?
Yeah, We all just want Britney. I mean, I know I want that. I love Britney. Britney was like
Mhm.
an icon. I wanted to be Britney Spears when I was little and
Me
seen her in
too.
concert. Right? Like, such a great performer. She always put on the best concerts. So talented. Yes.
Yeah. Oops, I did
I
it
just
again, sis.
I just watched that music video a few weeks ago, and every time it's just like that girl. She had it, and she still probably could have it if she just. I don't know. I don't want to get into all of that, but
Devin,
love
you already know how
Britney.
I get when I interrupt. Now, Devin, I don't know if you've thought about Halloween this year, but you could pull that off. Miss Oops in the red suit. Now you could pull that off with a high pony, Devin. You know you could pull that off, Devin Howard. Now think, just ponder. You could pull it up. Yes, Devin, that's it. That's Miss Oops right there. Y'all see Oops? I see Oops. Just
You
consider,
know what?
consider.
What is so funny, Courtney? A few weeks ago, I called my mom and I said, I think I want to be Oops, I Did It Again, Britney Spears for Halloween. And so I literally already thought of this. So I'm going to try and do it. Yeah, I'm so
You got
excited.
my double tap and that on Instagram. Go off, Devin.
Okay. Well, I'll wait to plan my Halloween costume for a little bit closer to the date, considering we're only in February now. But let's move into one of the big events that's happening this month, the Super Bowl. Let us know in the chat if you plan on watching the Super Bowl. The Weeknd is going to be performing at the halftime show, which I'm excited about. I really, really like him. I think he puts on a good show as well. So he's getting prepared for his halftime show performance at this weekend's Super Bowl, and he's starting off by doing something very charitable, which I really respect. So TMZ reported that he has teamed up with Postmates to deliver meals from Black-owned restaurants to healthcare workers around the country. This week, the campaign starts in Tampa, Florida. He stopped at Advent Health Carrollwood Medical Center to donate 150 meals from Mama's Southern Soul Food. The care center is very close to the Raymond James Stadium where the Super Bowl will be held this year. So he's really focusing on that community around where he's going to be performing, which I think is great. The Weeknd's collaboration with Postmates is the first celebrity partner for the month, but they plan to promote Black-owned. Postmates plans to promote Black-owned businesses nationally all throughout Black History Month, which I think is really great. I actually was going to order Postmates for dinner last night, and I saw that they were highlighting the Weeknd and some of his local favorites. There was an Ethiopian restaurant near me, which I love. I love Ethiopian food, but then I realized, you know what? I probably should not spend $30 on dinner alone tonight. So I decided to cook instead, even though I was very tempted. But I really appreciate that. I think it's awesome that Abel is doing something charitable and giving back. We love to see that when a celebrity does that. Courtney, what's your take on this story?
I think that it's sick. The people that win the most are those black-owned businesses. I think, honestly, Devin, I think it's great. Especially, and y'all know I'm gonna keep bringing this up until the Super Bowl is over. The fact that Abel is giving back and he's not even being paid to do the Super Bowl, I think speaks volumes to his character. So I just feel good about it. And I hope that he does more great things after this. You know, I'm to be honest, the performance is kind of on the back burner for me. Y'all know we've had that discussion. I feel Devin like there's something that a pop diva could do that a male can't do. But if Abel is gonna turn it into the Abel and Friends show, and Ariana's gonna jump off a UFO, and he's gonna have special guests, and I think that girl will be just fine. So shout out to you, Abel. This is a great move.
It is a great move, especially because it is happening in conjunction with the Super Bowl. And for those of you who maybe are not paying as much attention to sports news, the NFL has historically struggled with racism, whether it's coming from the
Mhm.
fans, coming from front offices, or whatever. So I think it's really awesome that the Weeknd is drawing attention to Black History Month and using his platform to promote Black-owned businesses. We all could shop Black-owned businesses more, and I think that he's doing a great thing by shedding some light on it. So shout out to you, the Weeknd. I love it. I will postmate something probably this weekend for the weekend. Get my, I don't know what I'm going to get, my vegan Ethiopian food. Ooh, love it.
Devin, you are
Okay.
funny.
I really don't feel like cooking this week, so Postmates is gonna take my money at some point. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about Selena Gomez because she practically burned down her entire kitchen. But she's raised over $360,000 for charity on her cooking show. So Selena's show is called Selena Plus Chef and Chef, not Chef. She has a lot of kitchen mishaps on the show, as you can see right here. She put a slab of butter on a very hot pan, which caused it to go up in flames, and she handled it like a boss. I've literally never seen somebody who's not a professional chef handle a burning pan like that. I would have freaked out. I would have been calling the fire station. I couldn't do it myself. I'd probably run out and burn down the whole building. So yeah, there was a lot happening there, but she handled it really, really well. She thought the pan was supposed to be on high when it was in fact supposed to be on low, which is what caused everything to kind of go wrong. But she's not only burning up butter, Selena Gomez is also burning up some charities in a good way. So like I said, she raised over $360,000 for 23 nonprofit organizations over her show's 2-season run. Each episode raises money for the guest chef's charity of choice with organizations like World Central Kitchen, City Harvest, Alex's Lemonade Stand, No Kid Hungry, Feeding America, and many more. And it looks like she'll continue to raise even more money as season 2 continues to move forward with more episodes. This week, Courtney, do you watch this show? What did you think of this moment when she practically burned down her kitchen? And what are your thoughts on all the money that she's been able to raise so far?
Now, listen, I love me some Selena and Chef. Haven't been able to catch up on this season too, and the reason why is because I like to watch them all kind of like at one shot. Very bingeable show, Devin. I just want to say I can't really cook either. I'm more of like a baker. So I definitely relate to Selena literally almost burning her kitchen down. Shout out to her because it's like there's no camera people in her house, so it's just like all these cameras set up. It's like being on Big Brother, and they're all gonna see like all your mishaps and mistakes. So shout out to Selena for being so open to showing us her cooking mistakes. In terms of her giving back, I think that that's excellent. I think that we should be giving back more, and hopefully Selena making headlines with this will inspire other celebrities to give back in the way that her and Abel are. Great job. Literally, Devin, literally a story about Selena almost burning her kitchen down, but like in the same breath giving away like all of this money. Like, you know what I mean? Charitable queen. Wear them crowns in the chat, y'all, because Selena's doing that.
Yes, I love it. She and The Weeknd both really doing a lot with their fame, with their platforms, and that's what we need. We need more celebrities who are willing to raise money and connect their faces and their brands to a good cause. I think that's super important. All right, now let's move on to our new music spotlight, you guys. Is there a specific intro we're supposed to do here, Courtney? We didn't touch base on this
Girl.
show.
Girl, we didn't even choose the name for the new music spotlight. It's been the new music spotlight since September. Y'all, we will eventually choose a name. But how about this, Devin? How about this? You redo the intro, say, let's get into the new music spotlight, and I'll do something random. Go ahead. And
okay. Let's get into the new music spotlight.
Ooh, totally tunes. Ha! That's why there are meetings before this show, because you never know what I'm going to say, Devin Howard.
Oh my God. To totally tunes. Okay. That was so much. Okay. Woo. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Courtney's favorite musician ever, Cardi B. She is finally releasing new music this Friday. She posted to her social media last night, and she teased that her next single, which is called Up, is coming out. She only gave us some single art, as you can see here, and a drop date, which is this Friday, but fans are already going wild at the idea that they're going to be getting some new Cardi B music. The single art, as you guys saw, shows Cardi hanging in like a bubble chair, and she's dressed in a little... Leo, can we throw that up there again really quickly? She's dressed in like a little sparkly pink nipple covers, and or is it a dress? I can't really tell, but I mean, she looks good. Um, and she's over a pool. So, she obviously had WAP come out over the summer. And WAP was a really, really big hit, I think, because people were not, they were surprised by the lyrics and what the song was about. It was such a bop. I really liked it. So I want to know, Courtney, do you feel like her new single Up is going to be able to compete with WAP? What are your expectations?
Can I explain why I'm laughing, y'all? I swear I am a grown adult. I'm laughing, Devin, at your use of the words nipple covers or nipple coverings. Those are called pasties, girl. Like y'all remember when Lil Kim came out and Diana Ross did the thing with her chest? She had the pasty on. Damn it, you are hilarious. I just want to say, when it comes to Cardi, she looks nice on the cover. I'm sure the Barty Gang will stream it. They'll have streaming parties. I also wonder if this single will have the same impact as because we have seen Cardi work with a lot of people recently or last couple songs. So I'm curious to know if she can hold her own on her own. So we'll have to see. You know what I look for, Devin? When it's an artist I don't particularly care for, I look for something undeniable. So if the song is good, I promise y'all I will come here on Friday if I like it. Let me not say if the song is good, if I like it. But if I don't, then I mean, our bosses say, Courtney, be honest, right? So I am having hope for those of y'all that are looking forward. Shout out to Cardi.
All right. Okay, yeah. And Courtney, you are always very honest, and I always appreciate that about you. So you're not going
Thank
to
you,
say a song
Devin.
is good if it's not good, and I like that. I also question. I like Cardi B. I don't feel as strongly about her. I think as you do. I thought that "WAP" was a really fun song to have come out during the summer, but I do wonder if the next song is going to be able to compete with that, just because "WAP" was like so big and so out there. So we'll see what happens. I'll be listening, and I'm excited to hear it. Now let's get into Ariana Grande news. I love me some Ari, and she is dropping 4 new songs. So she's releasing a new deluxe version of her hit record Positions. She posted it to her Instagram yesterday. She shared 4 different photos. This one here of this like 90s TV, or maybe it's 80s TV. And then she showed a mirror that says 3435 with Ari, Doja, and Meg written in lipstick. She shared a track list and a close up of Ariana herself sipping some wine, which Leo is going to show you in a second, but there's that track list for you. There's no news yet on when fans can expect this new album, but we did notice that the deluxe edition seems to have 4 new songs added to the track list, and each of the track names have been scratched out, so we don't know what they're going to be called yet. But I think it will come out in the next few weeks. Hopefully it comes out this week. I would love that because I've been listening to a lot of Ariana Grande lately, and I think I could add in something new to that rotation. So, are you excited by Ari's new music? The prospect of Ari's new music, Courtney?
I'm very excited for Ariana. When I do work in the evening, for Hollyscoop, that Positions is what I've been listening to like every single night. That's like my routine. I sit down, I turn my LED lights on, I turn Ari on, and we get into it. I am very curious, if we're being honest. I'm most interested in that track 15, and the reason why is because it seems to be the longest scribble of them all, which leads me to speculate, is it a feature? What is that? Who is that? Nikki, are you behind that scribble? What's going on? I'm just curious. I will be playing, will be buying, will be supporting. I feel like Positions is my personal favorite Ariana album since Sweetener. So good job. I'm excited.
So good. So good. I know I'm really excited about it. Okay, let's talk
Mhm.
about Megan the Stallion. So, Megan the Stallion is apparently close to closing her contract negotiations with her current label, 1501. So, last year, we obviously heard about all of the drama surrounding her contract with her label. She attempted to renegotiate it. They'd given her a terrible opening contract when she first signed. She was only 20 years old at the time. She didn't really know what she was signing, and the original contract only gave her 40% of the profits and placed 1501's affiliated publishing company as the exclusive administrator of her music's rights. The contract also gave 1501 profits. The right to almost everything else involved with Megan, including her merchandising, sponsorships, any live performances, the rights to her name, likeness, pretty much everything Megan the Stallion they owned. And that's obviously not going to work out the best way for her. She didn't really even know that she was locked into such a terrible contract until she signed with Roc Nation as her management company. And once they showed her what kind of deal she had, she quickly tried to renegotiate. And the process for getting a new contract has been dragging on for a while now. It's been tough. She even filed a restraining order against the 1501 CEO Carl Crawford. He was the man who originally signed Meg. So things are obviously getting very messy. Jay Prince spoke to the Breakfast Club recently about the progress of the deal, and he says that Jay-Z and himself are looking to conclude negotiations for a new contract sometime this week. And he said that the new deal should make both parties happy. So, what do you think about Megan finally getting a contract that's going to put her in a better position to take advantage of her own brand, her own likeness, and everything, and earn more money?
Thank the Lord is really kind of my reaction to all of this. It kind of is unfortunate that, these new artists sign contracts and then you find out that they're screwed over 3, 10, 15 years later down the line. Maybe Carl from 1501 didn't expect Megan to blow up the way that she did, or maybe he did, which is why he made the contract the way that he did. And, at this point, Devin, this is my own personal opinion, right? So have you seen that Bust It challenge on TikTok, Devin? Bust it, bust it, bust it. Okay, so that Erica Banks is signed to the 1501, and
Mm.
she was sort of debuted as like a Megan the Stallion. Like, look, she kind of sounds like Megan the Stallion. It is my opinion that once Carl and the 1501 people sort of felt like, okay, well, we're kind of okay with Miss Erica Banks, then they are more open to letting Megan go. Because look, the Busted Challenge is now viral. She signed to Warner Brothers, and now all of a sudden we have this Megan the Stallion renegotiation news. Very interesting.
It is very interesting. We all want Megan the Stallion to, secure the bag, get where she wants to go, and hopefully this new contract enables her to do that. But yeah, 1501 sounds like they could be up to some shady stuff. But you guys, that wraps up New Music Spotlight. Totally tuned.
Totally.
And now we are at the Card Jenner Gates, you guys. Courtney, can you let us in?
Well, got the keys, girl. If you guys are all set for all of the tea from behind the Kardashian gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Kardashian Tea Time. Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself. Now hit it, Devin. Let me pour my shot.
Yes, I have missed that. I have missed the Card Jenner tea time. Okay. First story is about Rob Kardashian, and you know what? I have been rooting for Rob. I have been rooting for him, just like Tyra Banks is rooting for whoever that was on the show. I have been rooting for Rob. He is looking like he is going to have a great year in 2021, so he posted this to his Instagram story. It was a happy birthday message for Stormy. So cute. He looks happy, and one thing that fans noticed was how good he's been looking. We know that he kind of was like struggling with he was feeling insecure for a little while, and he was trying to get back in shape, and it looks like he's getting there, and I'm thrilled to see it. For the past couple of months, he's really seemed to have taken on this sort of like body positivity mindset, and he's been working out a lot, setting some health goals, which is really great. And a source close to Hollywood Life said that he is looking to make big moves in 2021. The source said Rob's back. He made it through some very dark days, but he's good again and very excited about 2021. He's got big plans for his clothing line, Halfway Dead, next year too. And he and his mom are doing great with their hot sauces, Grandeza. Is that how you say it? Grandeza?
Grandeza, girl.
All right. They have plans to grow that in 2021 too. So I'm happy for Rob. What are your thoughts on Rob Kardashian? Do you think that this is his year, Courtney?
Devin, I want it to be. I want it to be so bad. Devin, I done sat in this little green chair and given Rob Kardashian so many ideas. And you know what? If hot sauce and clothes and cream soda is what we're getting, then I'll take it. He has been through a lot, especially with his physical appearance. And so if he is getting himself physically fit, mentally fit, and emotionally fit in order to run these businesses, I support it. Not drinking cream soda, probably an on the hot sauce. I am a Frank's kind of girl. But you know what? Maybe I'll buy a t-shirt on Black Friday if I have another coupon. Maybe.
Okay, so Courtney might be rocking the Rob Kardashian t-shirt come next Black Friday. So I'll be waiting for that moment. But yeah, I'm happy to see Rob kind of like, getting into his own business ventures, doing what he can to feel good and, look good. Of course, all that matters is how he feels on the inside. And if he's feeling happier, then I could not be happier for him. Okay, so let's get into Kendall Jenner. So she fell for a prank. Justine Skye decided to kind of like prank call her. So there's this trend going around on TikTok where you FaceTime somebody and say, oh wait, I'm really busy right now. I can't talk. And then they're like, wait, you called me. And so Justine Skye went on to her FaceTime and called a bunch of different people, including Kendall Jenner, Jamie Foxx. Leo, can you roll that clip for us right now?
Hey, I'm really busy. Can I call you right back?
What?
I have to call you right back. I'm really, really busy right now.
You just called me.
All right, I'm going to call you back, okay?
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, God. Everyone is always really surprised by this weird interaction because when you get a FaceTime and then they're like, I can't talk right now, it's like, why'd you even call me? I've had friends do that to me before and I don't think they were pranking me. Maybe they were now, but I'm like, you called me. I wasn't even trying to reach you. But yeah, Kendall obviously fell for it. I kind of wondered if she knew it was coming because she just so perfectly happened to be in the bathtub, still looking gorgeous as always. But Courtney, what do you think of this video? And do you think that Kendall getting hit by the prank was karma for what the Kardashians did last year?
Probably. I was gonna say what Brittany said. Brittany was like, "Isn't this a bloop of what the Kardashians did to others?" And it basically is, Brittany, to answer your question. Hey, good morning, Brittany. I listen. People wouldn't be able to get me with this, Devin, because I don't answer the phone. I barely answer a text message. So I mean, try if you want, but it's gonna go right to voicemail. But girl, Devin, if any of my friends saw my face on this screen on a FaceTime, they would answer. I cut my leg open or something because I never call people. So I'm the one to be able to do this, girl. I could call a bunch of people and get them good with that. But interesting for them. The Kardashians and people on the outskirts of the gates, they enjoy a good prank. So shout out to Justine. And clearly, y'all, she's fine with the Kardashians. So that's that. I'm going to take my shot, Devin.
Oh, let's do it. Cheers.
Bam, girl. Cheers to the T-Tribe.
Ooh. Mm-mm. I don't like it. Oh.
Get you nice and open, girl, for the finale, girl. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we are at our OMG story of the day. Can't wait to go throughout the rest of my day drunk because it doesn't take much for me to feel a little buzz going. Had my tequila and I'm ready to go. Okay. Courtney, is there an intro for OMT? Do you want to bring us into this or no?
OMG, it's the OMT, and I am OMC with my good sis, the vegan queen, OMD. Now here we go, girl. There you go. Bam. I just
Love
made it
it,
up.
love it. Okay, so this final update is about Kim and Kanye and how a divorce may not be what's coming for them in the future. They are continuing to take all of us on this wild up and down roller coaster ride. We don't know what's going on. So, for the past few weeks, rumors have been circulating that Kim and Kanye may be headed for divorce. Both of them have even hired divorce attorneys to look into how the process is going to work out. However, a source close to Hollywood Life is revealing that Kim may be getting cold feet about the whole thing. They said Kim and Kanye have been spending more time communicating on the phone. It started about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's much better than it was between them, but Kim still needs more. She's being patient, though, because she does feel like Kanye is starting to try. I guess this goes to show that communication can go a long way, but I don't really feel. Well, let me get into it first. So, Kim is still apparently very apprehensive about her relationship with Kanye, understandably so. I would be if I were in her shoes. And even though she maybe feels like there's progress that they've made over the last couple weeks because they have been communicating more, I don't think she's sitting there ready to jump back into a relationship and call the divorce off. Last summer's drama related to Kanye's presidential bid have continued to weigh on Kim. And she also is wondering how a divorce will affect her family. That's top of mind for her. The source continued, her dad is heavily on her mind when it comes to this. This is not easy for Kim to have her children's father so far away, but she's doing everything she can do right now. Things are not good between them, but they are better. It seems like some of the hesitation Kim is having is in relation to how distancing Kanye from her could also distance him from their children, which she obviously doesn't want. Kim had such a good relationship with her dad, and she wants that for her children, which I understand. And a divorce could very easily make that more difficult. So a divorce is not called off yet, but it does seem like, according to this source, Kim is sort of feeling like maybe it's not the best move. But I think that once you bring in divorce attorneys and you're sitting down and you're working out how it's going to all go down, there's no coming back from that. Kim, I don't think, is ready to say, let's get back together, let's give it another try. I know she wants the best for her children, but honestly, I think the best is for them to separate. Courtney, what's your take?
I feel like I'm in a weird place, Devin, because I listen to you say, right, like once you bring in the word divorce and you get attorneys and stuff, it's really done, right? And girl, if this would have been 5 weeks ago, I would have been like, yes, Devin, you are right, girl. I agree. But then, y'all know I've been watching Married to Medicine on Bravo. Y'all know that's my new show since last fall, and they're coming back March 7th, I believe. There was a couple on that show, Devin. When I tell you, they were at the reunion saying, we're getting a divorce, announced it, like, we are getting a divorce. We've been working through it. We've been talking blah, blah, blah. But they were able to bring it together at the end of the reunion, and they're still together today. Not saying that this is going to happen to Kim and Kanye, just saying that I see sort of like a different example of things may not being over just yet. This is not one of those situations. I feel like once Kanye went up to that rally and said what he said, and he let them tears fall like Hillary Duff clump clean, like the rain fall down, it was done. It was a Christmas gift wrapped up under the tree. It's finished. And although Kim may be working through or building better communication, it may, Devin, just be for the sake of the kids' relationship with Kanye, as well as maybe Kim don't want Kanye to start talking to his attorneys and say, give me a piece of that, and I want half of that, and I helped Kim draw that, or I gave her this idea. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Kanye certainly was a big help with Kim's fashion aesthetic and helping her gain access to the fashion community post them getting married or post them getting together. Do you agree, Devin?
That Kanye kind of opened the doors to the fashion world for her? 100%. I think that before, even though Kim was like, she did try to be stylish, she wasn't having like the same kind of access to these high-end designers that she does now. So I think Kanye definitely did do that for her, but I don't think that that's a factor that she's hanging on to now. Do you think that she's sort of hanging on to that still?
I don't know. This is really it's a sticky situation because there are children involved. And Devin, I don't want Kim to hang on to nothing but her coins and her babies. Let it all go at this point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I'm sure the same as Kim, no matter how far you get, it could be 18 steps forward. I feel like the vision or whatever that situation was, imagine where Kim was when she found out that Kanye did this rally or said what he said. I'm sure that moment plays in a loop on her mind every time she's like, oh, well, maybe things will get better. Then it flashback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's got to go. I think it's what's best for the children and her at this point.
I agree 1000%. And also, Nicole in the chat said, if he is just now starting to try to communicate when divorce is imminent, then it's going to keep happening. And that's such a good point. This is not the time to try. The time to try was 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago. You know, that's when you really needed to, or he really needed to start trying. But now is not. This is not the right move. But that wraps up all of the news for you guys today. But before we wrap up the show, I heard that Miss Mika is in the chat. So, can we do our little song and dance?
You gotta count me down from 5, girl. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm like an imaginary friend. I gotta,
Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tia, and we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Tequila Tuesday. Ay, to our girl Miss Mika. Shout out to you and all of Nebraska.
Yay, Miss Mika. So happy to see you in here. Type in the chat so we can see you, because I didn't see you enter the chat. I just saw somebody else said they saw you, so we wanted to do a dance. It's been a while, but you guys, it has been so fun hanging out with the Tea Tribe this morning. I always love reading what you guys say. Courtney, you are so much fun to host with, and I love your takes on absolutely everything. I will be back with Courtney again tomorrow for another morning tea at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So mark it on your calendar, set an alarm. We want you here. It's so much fun to have you all here. So make sure you do that. Follow both of us on Instagram at Devin Howard for me, at Courtney Revolution for him, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
All right. Alrighty, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now it's time to get ready to dance, Devin. Wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. It's in demand. You better wash your hands, yes, ma'am. Wash your hands, wash your scrub your hands. Scrub your hands, it's in demand. You better scrub your hands. Scrub your hands, it's in demand. Hey. Just wash your hands, yes ma'am. Just wash your hands, just